Can I be brutally honest about Drake's What Did I Miss? What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I got me some Tostitos, some Yingling American beer, some guacamole. I'm ready, gang, because I might be here for a while. This hit me out of nowhere. I did not expect this. And what's going through my mind the whole time, because I'm on Twitter a lot, and a lot of these guys, man, they coming at me, gang. I love it. They don't understand. I laugh at these comments. They kind of make my day. I wish I could pin them all to my profile because they get so mad. They get worked up. Some of them immediately block me when they see my stuff. They say their comments, and then they block me so I can't respond. Most of the time, gang, I wasn't even going to respond, so you wasted your block. I don't know how many blocks you get, but you wasted one on me. Just going to be honest. But at the end of the day, I got to realize something. And I used to realize this, but lately we've been getting lost in the mix. And now I'm asking myself today, gang, and I'm just going to try to be honest. Are they allowed to like what they like? Right? I just want to, I'm going to have this conversation. I'm going to be here for a while. I would appreciate it if you rock with me, but if you got other things to do, that's fine. You got to go to work, got to feed the baby, feed the dog, this, that, and the third. Got to go jogging. Whatever you need to do, that's fine. Go do that. But I'm going to be here for a while because I'm going to try to understand what's happening right now in this world of hip-hop and non-hip-hop fans. I'm going to try to figure out what I just saw, what just happened with this What Did I Miss thing with Drake, that he dropped what in the goddamn earth I just watched. But I'm going to be honest, they're allowed to like it. It's not my place to say you're not allowed to like it. I never do that, gang. I always try to be respectful. I always try to be fair. So I'm going to try to be fair, but I'm going to be honest. And sometimes honesty is brutal, right? A lot of you guys are like, you're predisposed to like it. You're always going to hate. Watch the K-Bot start hating. Gang, I know it don't seem like it. I'm just gonna be honest. I know it don't seem like I go into every single one of these reviews or these releases with open arms, open honesty, expecting the thing. I let the thing be what it is. I watched this. What did I miss? There's so much going on. It was a live stream. Drake did a live stream on July 5th, which was last night, right? I guess apparently early in the morning, and he did a lot of things on this live stream, gang. We've been waiting for this. I ain't been waiting for it, but a lot of people been waiting on this live stream, and he delivered. He had the Iceman truck. He's in full Iceman attire. He drove around the city of Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, and people ran him to the truck. Iceman. It was a show. It was a spectacle. The audio was awful. The video was terrible, but I just want to talk about it because some of you may not know what actually really happened, okay? But I saw this thing, and all I did on my Twitter, I just saw the clip of the video with Drake standing with all the guns, right? Like Jay-Z say, it's just us and the guns, right? Drake is in the video, all guns laid out. He got to be, gang, about 20, 30 guns. Rifles, gang, assault rifles. He could hit you from a mile away with these guns. Gang, this guy, I guess he's Tony Montana at this point. He's Pablo Escobar. I don't know what's going on. It's a lot to unpack, and this guy got a lawsuit, gang, but somehow he got a rifle with a scope on it, but he got a lawsuit. He's in the court system. I don't know how the two balance out if you're Tony Montana, right? Or I don't know, you Johnny Cochran or Tony Montana. I don't know what you are, but I saw the clip on Twitter where this guy is out in front of a whole bunch of guns and he's talking about it is what it is. Let's get it on. Let's go. Needless to say, I got to give credit where credit is due. I was scrolling through my comments on my other video and someone was like, I can't wait to see what you have to say about what Drake just did. I said, what'd he do? I said, oh God, what this guy done around and did. I went to my Twitter. It didn't take me long. I just typed at DRAKE and DRAKE. It came up instantly. I don't know who it is. And it's the podcast people, whoever that is that shares this music all the time. They had a freaking clip of this. It actually wasn't a clip. It was a whole 3 minutes from beginning of the end of this song called "What Did I Miss?" Gang. This thing, it was writing itself. The jokes were writing themselves. But what was more shocking were the Drake fans who loved it. They were like, the boy is back. They were like, listen, gang, listen, this is gold. Your man is back. They could not stop gushing about this record. And I'm sitting there listening to this thing like, what record are they talking about? I'm like, what are we doing here? I don't understand. Because I'm listening to it and I'm like, this is a mistake. This is awful. Now, to be fair, the beat does switch in the second beat. honestly is better than the first beat. But I'm listening to this thing, the mix down's awful because it came on through a live stream. I'm telling you, it's a whole lot going on. This guy he premiered this song in a live stream and then made a video clip of it. Okay. It's so much going on, gang. It's gonna take me a while to tell you that Drake has a brand new YouTube page called Plot Twist, just like the fake Instagram Insta page he got. He made a YouTube page. It's called Plot Twist, and he debuted that video on that page. Okay. And I know it's Drake for a fact because it has too much information. I mean, it's too easy to just take that and call it Plot Twist all of a sudden out of nowhere with all of the same everything. If it wasn't Drake, they would have took it down, okay? So Drake has a second page, and it's called Plot Twist. If you want to see just the 3-minute, 19-second clip, I believe it is, with just that song from the hour-long live, then you can go over there and check that out. But there's a whole lot to unpack. I'm like, gang, you're doing this. This is a weird, wacky rollout. You're doing it as if you're a streamer. And I get it. Everything is in IRL, right? In real life. The streamers are doing everything in real life. And that's what Drake is trying to do. He's trying to emulate what the streamers are doing on their streams, the bigger streamers. Now they go out into the field. They put their cameras up and they just go. They just let things happen. So Drake has taken on the persona of a worker at an ice factory that chops down ice some kind of way for whatever reason. And he has the full uniform of an Iceman, and he's the Iceman in this video. He's alone in the video. If you want to see it, it's an hour long. It's an hour-long stream. It's all over YouTube. I ain't gonna say I watched the entire thing, but I skipped through the dead parts, and I went to the most impactful parts. Like, he has a whole nother song on there, right? I believe it's called, what's that thing called? What is that thing called? Max Cash or some shit. And then he got this video, and he's playing clips of his old music. The thing is surreal, gang. I'm watching this thing like, oh, so we're trying to cosplay as a worker. Fine, that's great. He's already done that. A lot of this stuff with this music that I'm looking at, he's already done. He's already done this with when him and Future had the video where they were workers and they were fast food workers and they were doing this, that, and the third, So I get it, but a lot of this stuff, gang, and like I said in the beginning, it's cool to like what you like, right? I'm looking at this whole rollout. And it's almost like we got nothing. We didn't gain anything. We didn't grow in any kind of way with Drake. I'm just going to be honest. This is going to be brutal, gang, because I'm just going to lay this stuff out. The music sounds like music he's already done. Okay? The video is already being done by other content creators. It's not realistic. He has people running up to him. They don't know who this guy is in the truck. They see that it's Drake, but they start yelling, Iceman, Iceman, Iceman. Clearly staged, clearly derived. It is nonsense. The whole thing, I'm telling you, I'm like one eye open because it's so damn cringy, gang. But these guys, like I said, they're allowed to like whatever they want. They're in the comments talking about how cool this is. To me, it is absolutely tone deaf. It's all over the place because, for one, there is no, the thing has no concept. It's just, he just walks up, he's in an Iceman suit, and then he's dancing in the ice cooler freezer by himself to this song. Then he takes the truck out. Where is he going with the truck? Nowhere. Just riding around the city, and people are running up to the random truck. All of this is live. Then some guy calls him a pussy at the end of the video. He says, what's good? What do you want? What you want to do? Don't get shy now, right? Then it goes off. It's it takes you on a whole journey of one day in the life of Iceman Drake. I told you I hated that title. It ain't getting no easier to like it. I was like, what does that title even mean? Everybody's like, Challz, you gotta understand, it's a basketball player named Iceman, it's a killer name, it's a mob assassin named Iceman. It's a whole lot you gotta derive from that Iceman, which none of that I don't think he is. Okay? So I don't know where this Iceman thing is going in regards to Drake, who we just saw get eviscerated in a rap battle. Now he's on a video with guns. He's on a video talking super tough. And I'm going to get into a little bit of I got some of those standout lyrics on there because it's really not saying much on there. But again, Challz, your job is not to sit here and completely eviscerate these guys. Let them guys have their moment. So I'm not going to try to take this moment from you Drake guys, because I know a lot of Drake guys watch me. I know it. I see how they watch me until they can't take it no more. But at this point, I was not impressed by the song. I thought it was a bad look to have guns in the video while you got an open lawsuit talking about the Not Like Us started violence, and it inspired a lot of discontent in your city to where someone in your security team got shot at your home. Now you're showing guns in a video. You said that the song gave you anxiety and caused you fear. Now you're showing guns and you're talking tough, talking about let's go. I think they clash, and I don't think it was a good idea. I think it's tone deaf. Not to mention that the whole country is in a battle, whether you like them or not, with ICE itself. ICE is a very, very controversial subject here in America. I don't know about what's going on in Canada. They probably don't have nothing to do with Canada, but in America, ICE is a very controversial subject. So if you're calling yourself the ICE man, you're literally You're not checking the room temperature, gang. You're not reading the room. A lot of people do not like ICE right now, so you're the ICE man. Okay, whatever. We're going to keep this moving now. I want to talk about this because the brutal honesty is, first of all, the beat to me sounds like stuff he's already done. Therefore, I can't jack it. I can't jack stuff it doesn't, to me, the sing-songy rap, the stuff that he's doing on here is not hard. My whole thing is you shouldn't be coming back hard if you're in a lawsuit that someone called you a really bad name, so you want retribution and you're trying to get income from that. You should be coming back as soft as possible because you want to win that lawsuit. But we all know this lawsuit's about to get dropped. Probably get dropped next week or something like. We know that, but you're hoping that it doesn't. You're hoping that it goes forward. So why would you get in a video talking tough? You're still talking about this battle. You're rehashing, and wasn't that the whole narrative for the last 3 months that Kendrick won't let it go? Ain't that the narrative on Twitter? And wherever else on social media, all in the comments, he's dragging the beef, right? And now you come right back. You've said all this stuff before. You've said this stuff about LeBron, Russell Westbrook, DeRozan, Kendrick. You said it all before. Now you're still here. I thought you were unfazed and unbothered. Every other week in my comments, someone's talking about me. Wow, Drake's unbothered. Every single week they say this. There is absolutely no way you're unbothered when you're on a video talking about what did I miss? You're trying to act like you didn't. You're saying what did I miss? You're trying to act like you don't know what's going on, and then you proceed to tell everybody what's going on. So you didn't miss nothing, gang. You're implying as if you're unbothered and unfazed, but we all can tell that you're phased because you're still repeating this whole thing. They're trying to guess: is it LeBron? Is it Westbrook? Is it DeRozan? He's talking about all of them because he's still mad at him. He mentioned the pop-out. The pop-out was last year, gang. You're still rapping about the pop-up. You're obviously hurt. You're obviously hurt. So when we watch you do, to me, and I'm like I said, your Drake fans are allowed to still like what you like, but I'm going to be here to tell you I don't like it because I don't want to hear you still crying about that. Just like when I got mad at J. Cole for bringing it up all over again. The thing was over. He had already wrote what he wrote. He come back a couple months later, right? Now he's writing about it again. Right, all over again. Now he's trying to put himself back in the battle and explain why I did. Like, gang, my legends aren't built like this. We're seeing zero growth from Drake from beginning to end. He's still talking about watches and what he gave people and what they haven't done. And the haters like, gang, it gotta be more going on in your life than this. It has to be. That's why we like other artists, because they grow with it. Their music is better. They don't keep making themselves victims and martyrs. And here we are. You're a grown man who entered a rap battle willingly, and now you're somehow the victim. You're only the victim because you're making yourself the victim. All of them people who went to that pop out or did this, that, and the third, they don't have to be your enemy. You're making them your enemy. You're taking a hard stand. Yo, you're my ops, da-da-da. No one's trying to hurt or kill you. We shouldn't even be using ops when we're talking about rappers that's just rapping. No one's trying to hurt or kill or harm you in any kind of way. They're not your ops. But you're making it like, yo, you went to the pop out, da-da. You're still talking about that. This is why people have an issue with this whole thing, because the people on your side, this is why it's got so divided with us creators and the people that refer to these songs and these events in hip hop, because it's become so split down the middle. You cannot be neutral. You cannot stay on one side or the other or try to say, okay, this one was cool, and I like them both. You can't do that no more because people come at you so crazy. That's why if you go back to when I first started talking about this battle to right now, I was trying to be very neutral, trying to be very objective. I try to call it like, yo, this is what it is, and it was never enough. The Drake fans, it's like if you're not saying that he won outright, then they're all in your shit. They're trying to come down on you and disrespect you and this, that, and the third. So then it got like, fuck it. I'm gonna shit on this guy because for one, most of the shit he's doing is corny. So this is why we're so, you can see it. If you go to most YouTubers, I'm going to say 90% of the YouTubers, when they cover this, it's going to be on a slant because they know there is no middle ground with this shit. You either got to like one side or you like the other. Ain't no middle ground. You could try to be fair, but it doesn't matter. So why am I trying to be fair when I really don't like the shit? So I'm not going to sit here and go crazy and be like, yo, trying to find an angle to make it where, okay, well, this was cool and da-da-da. No, these motherfuckers don't care about that. They want you to be all in. And then if you're not all in, they're talking crazy. They talk crazy. They thought I said something good about Drake. These motherfuckers like, yo, you're low key. You're a Drake defender. You're a Drake stan. I'm like, all right, what are you talking about? So now it's like, at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep my stuff a buck. That's what I do here. I keep it a buck. And it may be mean, it may be blunt, but it's real. So now I see most of the stuff that he does, I don't agree with. Most of the stuff I find is corny. I find him lifting up taking a selfie with no shirt on with people with questionable abs, let's just say that. I find that corny. Okay? I find it corny to just still be talking about this battle as if you're just finding out about it yesterday. This shit's a year old. And you're still bringing this thing up like it just happened. All right? Kendrick dropped GNX last November. He said they couldn't entertain old boy, da-da-da. He brought up instances that we had not heard, angles that we had not heard. You're still bringing up the exact same angles. It's not making any sense anymore. You have to be better than this from hip hop. I'm gonna speak to you as if I'm talking from hip hop. If hip hop sat down and they put a camera on hip hop, they would say, man, this dude has got to say more than this. It has to be more in his life than just this battle. It has to be. You're still talking about this battle. We're getting no growth. It has to be other things. Were there any birthdays in your house? Did your mom come and see you? It's mad shit that could have went on. Mad shit you could be talking about. You're still talking about Kendrick and DeRozan and LeBron. We shouldn't even be having none of them in this. This is your brand new album rollout. And this is what I'm going to say on some real shit, the realest shit I can say. If you're going to come back on some hip hop where you're trying to take back your throne, you ain't putting enough effort in because you ain't ripping shit on it. This is mediocre. If this is you trying to rip this is not going to get it whatsoever. This is your attempt at being hip hop. This is it. This is your attempt at coming back to reclaim your throne this week. This is mad, gang. I'm just going to be honest. This is not going to get it. When you're talking bars, you ain't even dissing a man. If this is me, if hip hop can have an interview and they say, well, what could Drake do to improve the situation of what he got going on? Well, the first thing you can do is really say some real shit, say some hard shit. This shit is very mediocre. You're still throwing subliminals. We passed this. We know who you're mad at. Why are you still subbing? Ain't nobody. It may be LeBron. It may be what? Why? This is why you cannot be in the GO conversation. You're still throwing subs at this point. Ain't no subs right now. Ain't no subs. They should be trying to figure out who you're talking about. And let's just be honest. Most of these dudes you talking about are basketball players. They just float around anyway. They all over the place. Why are you aiming at them like, yo, we used to be boys? They going everywhere, gang. They were never your boys. They was cool with you. Y'all gave gifts. Leave it at that. You're still writing whole songs about these guys, gang. You got LeBron tatted on you, gang. Move on, bro. You're still talking about guys that was never your boys. Y'all was blood relatives or something. Blood in, blood out. You got jumped in the gang with these guys. They are just basketball players. You got enough money to sit courtside, so they showed you love on the courtside. Y'all started to become cool. You start doing little favors. Then you talking about other rappers talking about, yo, I got you bookings, this and that. Okay, you did a lot of sucker shit for these guys. Okay, you did it. They moved on. Dudes give you love when you give them shit, gang. You still writing raps about how hurt you are. That's why you not from here. That's why the rap game ain't for you. You still doing that. You know how many people Jay probably did stuff for? They turned their back on him. How many songs is he writing about these guys? How many times is he still talking about it? How many times does Jay talk about Dame Dash? How many times, please? Just make this make sense. You're still talking about just really soft, goofy shit. Move forward. It feel like you ain't got nothing else to write about. I'm just going to be honest. So here we are. Once again, you're still writing this stuff. Let me get to these lyrics, gang, because I'm just, like I said, man, I'm going to be here for a while because it's just disappointing. It's disappointing to still have to have these conversations with a guy who should have been moved on. You made a lawsuit that the song was defaming you. Okay, move forward. You're defaming yourself at this point. That video was terrible. That video was awful. I would expect that from somebody that has no money, that has nothing, right? Like me with the iPhone shooting a video. I would expect that shit. And you're trying to make it real and relatable. Everybody knows you're goddamn $500 million in. You don't have to do nothing like that. You don't have to come off, I'm just in an icebox dancing by myself. I don't think nobody outside of your core fans who not even waiting till the video's finished to tell you how dope it is. You could tell they're not even letting the video get to the end. They just, yo, it's fire, yo. The boy's back, da-da-da. Right? So end of the day, I feel like you're not doing enough to get outside of your core fan base. You're not getting outside of your core fan base. You are still doing just enough to make them happy. And it's fraud stuff, because I don't think no one would run up to a truck and see you in there and not say Drake. They're just going to say, Iceman, Iceman, Iceman. That is corny. And it goes on way too long. I watched the whole video. And if you pay, and I watched most of the video. I'm not going to say I watched the whole video. It was a lot of dead air in there, gang. I'm just going to be honest. So I watched the important parts. And most of that time, Drake rode around. He looked bitter. He looked like a guy that loves his own voice because he's rapping to his own music. It's not even like he's doing a video. It's like he just likes those lines that he's saying. And I'm like, gang, you're not even entertaining the people. You're just a guy, you're riding in the truck, you're rapping to your own music. You're not even trying to like engage the people that's watching this. I'm just going to be honest. It felt like you just was like, I'm just going to do this for me. I don't like, if I was a fan, I would be embarrassed. I don't know how these guys are still defending this. Like, this is silly. I'm watching the video. It comes on. It sounds awful. The beginning of this thing is terrible. The verses that he's kicking, the stuff he's saying in here is not good. It's just really weak. I'm just going to be honest. I know y'all say, yeah, hater, da-da-da. It's not even about being hate, because at some point, you can be a hater, but you got to at some point be like, yo, all right, that one was good. I told you, when it's good, it's good. Okay? He's just not making strong music no more. This stuff, it doesn't have the umph it's supposed to have. And for years, I would tell you for years, I told you I listened to a Drake album, it'll be one joint here, 4 joints that I don't want to hear. Another joint here, 4 or 5 joints in a row. So it's been like this for years. This ain't no new shit. So right here, that song, I don't think it's strong to be the way they acting like, yo, the summer is his. He's taking the summer. Da, da, da. Thank you, Drake's music is saved. The stuff they're saying sound ridiculous. It's like you can't be real anymore. Right? And some of his fans like, gang, I love you, but this ass, right? For the most part, most people don't like it. But at the end of the day, his fans are always going to come in the comments and show him love and keep it buzzing like it's popping. It's not a good record. And I know some of these, I see some of the YouTuber guys, they kind of like it, so it's okay, it's mediocre, so they want to look neutral. I'm going to say it's a good record. That's not a good record. You're not going to play that shit. Let's be fucking honest. You're not going to play that record. Let's just keep it a buck, man. I watched at least 15 YouTubers say that this song was good. It's not good. At best, it's mid. You're not going to play this record. Okay? I told you the second half, the beat switch is okay. The mix down's awful, right? This guy has too much money to be doing these bad mix downs, and it's awful live that's breaking in and out. It's all choppy, trying to act like you're an everyday man just going live from your iPhone. You're not. You're a $500 million man. Remember that? Sony offered you $500 million. You should be giving us more. You haven't really given us shit since the fucking first-person shooter video. Everything after that been like, well, you've been fighting for your life, so I get it. But the Nokia video ain't on the level of the first-person shooter. Right? It's like money getting scarce or something over there. I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, you're not giving a level of entertainment that you're worth. You're supposed to be worth $500 million with. This shit ain't $500 million worth of entertainment. Average SoundCloud dude could do what you're doing right now. And it ain't fucking cool. It ain't cute. I don't know what the fuck going on over there at OVO, but this shit is weak. That Nokia video was weak. All this shit been weak lately. And I know it sounds like I'm a hater, but it just haven't been good. The No Face video was trash. It's like shit. It's like your swag is gone. It's like you kind of like, you're trying to remember how to get the swag back. You're fighting. You're trying to figure out what happened. Okay, I'm fucking Drake. You're trying to tell yourself, and then you realize, man, shit, I'm really not Drake. So it's like, I don't know what's going on, but you don't look like the guy from First Person Shooter. Every video before that, you had a different energy. Now this energy look defeated. It look like you're going through some shit, okay? It don't look like the guy that we low-key had, some of you had him in your conversation of top 5, top 10, top 20 of all time. Remember them conversations used to take place 4 or 5 years ago? They were talking about top 5 and you had to put him in there, da-da-da. This don't look like that guy no more. No one's saying that no more. Unless you're just a brain dead stand that don't have nothing else going on in life, you're the only person saying he belongs in the top 5 conversation. Other than that, it ain't that many of y'all left, so it ain't that many people saying that no more. You're not there no more, and this proves it, right? Let me tell you about the hook of this song. This is like a lot of this shit. It's like, gang, like what's happening? Like what's happening over there? This shit. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't give a f if you like me. I don't give a f if you like me. Asking how did it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I hang around pussies? How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me? Let's go. So, It's so much in that, right? You don't give a fuck if you love me, but you still talking about the people who turned on you. You don't give a fuck if we love you or who loves you or that guy loves you. You don't give a fuck, but you're in the ice house dancing by yourself because no one wants to be in the video with you. According to you, everyone turned on you, but you don't give a fuck some kind of way, right? This is what we supposed to believe. It's not making no sense. It don't add up. We don't believe you're unfazed and unbothered and you don't care what's going on. You don't know what happened. What did I miss? Something I missed? Like you saw all of it, my nigga. Stop acting like you didn't. You sitting here, you say, what did I miss? Then you make a whole song about everything you missed. So no, it's not a good look. And I don't know who's saying this is a good look. And I saw some other videos with the OVO guys. It's like OVO guys in the chat with him, and it's like, gang, oh, I love the angle he take. What angle? The same angle he been coming for the last 7-8 months? About how people turning on him. That's all you can think about all day and night, gang? This is why you're not meant for hip hop. Hip hop is an eclectic. It's a whole bunch of things that you put into your album, not just over and over about haters and niggas who turned their back on you. It's got to be more going on in your life than this. It has to be. If this album, Iceman, is full of a whole bunch of martyr shit and who turned their back on me and I used to do this and that for you, and then that's all you wanted. Nobody wants to hear all that over and over. The album going to flop, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Yeah, you're going to get numbers because they know how to fix the numbers. This thing is still coming out on UMG. Did y'all know that? It says OVO Sound, a division of Republic Records or some shit like that, under UMG. So it's still coming out on UMG no matter how you slice it. How can you release something on UMG and have a lawsuit at the same time? I thought they was the devil, right? That boy's the devil. That's the devil. Remember the water boy? That's the devil, right? Football is the devil. Well, UMG the devil. Yeah, okay. So if that's the devil, why you coming out with anything? Settle the lawsuit first. But no, it's not about that. It never was, right? You're saying it was because UMG used Kendrick to defame you. No, this was because you lost a rap battle and you're trying to figure out how to get some money out of it and how to save face out of it. And neither one of them is going to happen. Just going to be honest, okay? You should have already moved forward, but here we are. You niggas just better not ask for no favors. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's love for my brothers and death to a traitor. Who's the traitor? I guess Kendrick was some kind of traitor. Explain how Kendrick was a traitor. You took him on tour and then what? He made the Control verse and then what? You got mad at the Control verse because everybody loved the Control verse and then what? You say, oh man, I'm just trying to make moments in time. Are you still listening to the Control verse? So you were salty about the Control verse. How was he the traitor? He called out several rappers on there saying, I love you all, but I'm trying to murder you on the mic. But that's what rappers do. They murder each other on the mic. When dudes get on features with each other, they try to be the best person on the feature. Just no one says it out loud. Well, he said it out loud. You didn't like it. So now he's the traitor, right? 10 years of this nonsense, a 10-year Cold War, ended up with you taking shots at him on first-person shooter. Let's just be honest. Like you always do. You've been taking subs for years. You both been shooting at each other. He came back with the like that verse. Well, guess what he said on like that verse? He said, ain't no big three. It's just me, big me. Right? He said 2 dead people on stage holding hands. That's all he really said, gang. You didn't need to start a full-fledged war, but you did. Now you're in court. So who's the traitor? Where's the traitor at? No one traded on you. You wanted a rap battle, you got it. How's the traitor? But at the end of the day, you've made this thing, you're sticking to it. Oh, yo, this guy, that guy, I'm cutting this guy off, da-da-da. All this, that, and the third, we're still here. But now, somehow, some way, anybody went to the pop out as a traitor, this, and that, and the third. It's goofy shit, gang. It's goofy shit. Hip-hop artists are not supposed to act like this emotional about this. They're not supposed to drag this long. And y'all try to do the Jedi mind tricks and make it like, oh, the K-pop still dragging, da-da-da. It's one thing to mention it here and there. Everything you're dropping now says something about this. When you try to get in your rapper bag, right, your timestamp bag, your timestamp is usually your emotions. And your emotions usually go back to this battle. And usually put the battle into the timestamp. Whatever your rap, when you try to do your, like, what was the St. Patrick, the fighting Irish freestyle and all this shit. Every time you do your timestamp freestyles, you go emotion. And your emotions go right back to the basketball players and the rappers from Atlanta that hurt your feelings. You're still stuck there a year later. You're not talking about nothing else. And we're supposed to get up there and clap our hands and stomp our feet for this shit. GNX had a whole wide arrangement of things that he spoke about. A wide arrangement. This was after the battle. You dropped 18 songs last year that did nothing. Your features, all of that was the same shit. You try to rap over BBL Drizzy and try to flip that, and it's just like you're stuck on that battle. You're not moving nowhere forward. So what's going to happen is your fans is not enough to carry this record to where you need it to go. They're going to play with the numbers. They're going to do their thing with the bots. I bet you won't say nothing this time when they do the bots, but I guarantee you this thing not going to do anywhere near what you're accustomed to, nowhere near. People going to want to hear because you're going to drop. You're going to do what their calling out the clips for it. They're calling out Pusha T for using diss records, right? He's using diss records for his rollout. Well, that's exactly what you're doing, because this is for your rollout and you're dissing, right? So this is where we are. Diss records for a rollout. But somehow when Pusha T and the clips did it, it was whack. And sometimes when you did it, my goat is back, right? It's a double standard. But the only problem is Pusha got a higher level of fan base, and he's going to play on both sides. Both sides are going to listen to him. They're going to listen to you. A lot of people going to listen to it. They're going to give it one spin. Pusha got real fans. And Drake got real fans. But at the end of the day, Pusha catching up, because yes, he did use it. He did use his dissing as a rollout, but that's what rap always been. Rap been like that for years. LL Cool J, a lot of people have come out with a diss record on their album. This is how it is, gang. If you understood hip hop, if you study rap battles for a living, this is what we do. So that's why no one had a problem, except for Drake's fan had a problem with Pusha dissing Travis Scott on his record. Them the only people that had a problem with it. Travis Scott fans and Drake fans, right? But Drake is doing the exact same thing. But outside of that, yeah, people going to listen to it. They're going to want to hear what he said, da-da-da. But outside of that, it's not going to really get no play. This song is not, what, this supposed to be a club banger? No. No, this is not a club banger. I can see when this actually comes on in the club, it's going to divide the club. I'm just going, if it's not a club of heavily Drake lovers, that club going to be split down the middle. Okay? This not that good of a record to be popping like, oh yeah, this shit is popping. No. I'm just going to be honest. This is not that. In case y'all wondering. Now, will it get played? Yeah, DJs play new shit. Of course they're gonna play it. Will it be hot in the club? No. I don't see this being, yeah, put on that. What did I miss? I don't see it. And right now, you got to decide what you want to be, because if it's a club record, then it needs to be a club record. You're still talking about, this, that, and the third. Let me read some of these lyrics. I'm back in your city tonight, walking around with my head high. I saw bro, went to the pop-out with them, been dick riding since headlines. There's a lot of speculation about who that is. I don't even care, gang. I'm so tired of hearing about this guy, that guy. He turned on me, he did this, that, and the third, and then wham, wham, wham. It's some goofy rapper shit, gang, bubble bath rapper shit, and we still here. You switched on your boys and support. You switched on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the get back for niggas? It's TBD. It's basically saying it's to be determined. He's talking about he a traitor, he a hater. All this is talking about Kendrick. You're still obsessed with Kendrick. At least get some better bars. You're calling him a traitor and a hater? Like, gang, come on. This is Big Three talk. These are Big Three bars. You're not putting enough into this, gang. You're not being witty enough. This is not competitive, gang. Any Drake's fan want to get in here and read these bars to me and show me where this guy's really spitting, I would love to do that. This is fucking garbage. It's mediocre, gang. You supported a traitor. You supported a hater. Death to a traitor. Get back for my niggas. Like, this is an average dude in the average hood could write this shit. You're supposed to be the Big Three. This shit is not it. He says, yeah, niggas get punched in the face on some TLC shit on the dead guys. What dead guys? Now you in some, what we doing? How many dead guys you really know like that to be punching in the face and swearing on their name? Like, this is getting ridiculous. I don't think Drake is tough like this. I think Drake is bitter and angry. When I watch the live stream, he looks like a bitter and angry guy. I'm just gonna be honest. He seemed like a guy that got a lot of pent up shit going on. That's why these raps coming out like this. But I don't think this is strong bars by no fucking stretch of the imagination. Absolutely not. But the Drake fans gonna tell me, yo, he's barring. Where? Why? How? He said the TLC chili line, you're gonna need an ice pack. Like, I didn't think that was a bar. I wasn't even gonna mention that bar, because I'm like, that shit is not good. You need an ice pack like chili. Like, I was like, I didn't like that bar. I took it out of my notes. I said, I don't even want to harp on something like that. I'm not even gonna like nitpick and say what bars is weak, this, that, and the third. I'm not even gonna do that, because there's so many weak bars in here. It'd be wasting my time to sit there and tell you that they weak. Okay? I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just like, for me, if I'm on Get Back, I'm the Big Three. This is my return. This is Drake is so focused. He be at the shows. He bring the whole studio with him. We was streaming and he was off into the corner with headphones on writing. This is what we doing? This is the outcome? This is where all the headphones on and the whole room. He was at a party and everyone around him was drinking and party. He was off in the corner with his headphones on writing. So this is what he wrote? Listen, gang. I'm not there. I listen. I listen to hip hop for a living. I know when dudes really spitting at a high level. Nas spits at a high level, gang. Okay? Nas spits at a high level. Pusha T spits at a high level, gang. And no matter what, if this dude was really spitting, we wouldn't be able to deny it. A real hip hop head, we would be like this. Shit, that motherfucker spitting. I'm just going to be honest. If he was spitting, this ain't spitting. This ain't spitting. If he was saying some shit, we would be like this. Damn, we would have to fall back, rewind it, and play it again. I'd be like, yo, buddy, like, but he's not doing that. And that's what y'all don't understand. Y'all taking anything because you're a fan. It's one thing to be a fan. I know when Kendrick's spitting and when he's not. I know when Kendrick is floating and when he's spitting. I can tell the difference. I'm gonna say it accordingly. They won't tell the difference. It'll be like, yo, he's spitting. Everything he says, he could be like scoopity poop, and now he's spitting. Him and Kanye got the same mind. They both creative as fuck, like scoopity poop, right? It doesn't matter. They can't discern this. They can't be fair and unbiased. They can't, because they're coming in with the stand behavior. And this is why we get so one-sided with it, because it's so goofy that if you even pretend a little bit to give them an inch, they take it and run with it. Yeah, see, da, da, da. And no, it's not. We're not saying that. We're trying to throw you a bone because the shit really not that good. But you can't throw bones to these people because they don't understand the difference of being fair and unbalanced. They want to tear you to pieces for the slightest perceived slight, right? But I want to continue. So when he goes onto this song, because it's the whole thing. The song goes, and then he goes on the live stream, and he goes and challenges some guy that's causing him a pussy. Like it's this whole tough guy thing that he's got going on, and we're like, gang, you're not tough. Like, you're not tough. Yeah, you could send dudes to go beat somebody up and slap them up. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think he refers to The Weeknd getting slapped in this song. Nobody's talking about that. But you can do that because you got money, you got a bag to tell somebody, go split his head, da da da. I think something happened and they beat somebody up, and he's alluding to that in this song, right? Once again, he's dissing The Weeknd. Of course, I don't know. It's like this dude just doesn't let nothing go. Right? How much could he really be beefing with The Weeknd at this point? But it's still subs in here at The Weeknd. It's like we're still here with this guy. Right? It never ends. It just goes on and on and on. But yeah, you can be tough and you can put 100 guns on the ground, this and that and third, right? But at the end of the day, that's not you. Right? That's not you. It's certain people that will pick that gun up and do violent things. That's not you. And I don't know why you're trying to put that in your music, especially when you're in litigation right now. There's no reason to do that. Let me get to another part of these lyrics, right? It feels like nobody's in there till you start giving out two tones, and nobody cares until they in front of your tombstone. Y'all been on that type of timing for too long. Iceman, Tiffany Bluestones. He's talking about giving out watches to like LeBron, different people, da da da. That's stuff you chose to do. You can't buy love. You can't buy friendship. You can't buy influence. You're trying to do all of that. This is stuff that somebody that doesn't know the game. Right? This is lame behavior. This is what you would call tricking. You tricked on these guys, and now you're hurt behind it. And this is a problem. So you keep talking about all the tricking you did. I gave you a 2-tone watch. I gave you this, gave you that, da da da. He said, I done made plenty right shit out of my 2 wrongs. He said, I done made plenty shit right out of 2 wrongs. Let's go. Right? So he's basically, and this is the other thing, never accountable, gang. I would love to hear a song. Like, I'm just talking about from beginning to end. Because I told you I like pain music. I would love to hear a song where this motherfucker actually talk about the shit he actually fucking did. This 20v1 shit, every guy in that 20v1 has a story where he did some shit to them. And you know what Drake always says about that shit? Nothing. He always talks about what they did, the effect of the cause, not the cause, the effect. Whatever they did is all he talks about. He don't remember what he did to get him there. What you do to Metro? Tell us what happened. What you do to Future? What did you do to Rick Ross? What did you do to Kendrick? What did you do to these guys that they came with a 20v1? They all wanted to get you at the same time. All you talk about is how they came at you for the same time. You don't talk about why. What I would love to hear this nigga just be contrite about some shit. Well, yeah, I couldn't have, that chick in Barbados, I probably shouldn't have did. Like, just tell us all the fucking fuck shit you've been doing. Right? Come clean about that shit. Is the Iceman gonna have a bunch of shit about how you've been doing some goofy fuck shit to niggas for fucking 10, 15 years? Getting in their girlfriend's DM? Right? Even on this song, you telling on niggas talking about we used to, I don't even think I got the line no more. We used to look at the hoes together. You're sitting there, you're launching fucking LeBron's business out there. That got to be by LeBron, or even if it's the road, whoever it is. This is some bro code shit now. You're talking about we used to look at bitches together. Like, what? All the hoes, da-da-da. So you're basically saying we was tag teaming these hoes in my house, and now you turning your back on me. You the type of nigga tell on a nigga, gang. This is getting weird. You got academics out here running fucking defense over here. He throwing out the shit you can't say yourself. You telling him to say it. He throwing all kind of fucking shit out there about LeBron and his wife, and he's cheating on Savannah. You remember that? But where you get that shit from? Got it from your ass. So this is the thing I'm talking about. We still here where it's disloyal shit, but I ain't got no, where the record about how you was disloyal to niggas? I ain't never heard that record. Where that record at? I guess that never happened, right? So everybody's disloyal to you. You bought them watches and you expected this lifelong loyalty because you gave them a watch. Well, niggas know you don't owe niggas. You giving niggas that got the money to buy their own watch and you expecting them to do what? Make this make sense, gang? They went to the pop out. This guy is a Los Angeles Laker. Of course he's going to be there. It's in Los Angeles, in the goddamn place where they play. Why would he not go there? Make it make sense. But somehow it's a war on you because anybody that stand on that stage, now you're in the goddamn freezer chopping down ice by your goddamn self. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what's to be determined. I'm just being honest because I looked at this whole, it's a live stream rollout and it looks kind of, it's all contrived. It all looked like, oh yeah, I'm just the Iceman delivering ice. That goes nowhere. I just ride through the city. I'm riding around the city for an hour playing my own music, and then I just pull off and it goes off. I don't think it's a good rollout. I don't think the live stream thing. See, what's going on is Drake realized that the music is never going to compete with the live streaming. So now he's making deals with to be a live streamer. So now it is where, okay, I'm going to do everything I can to get in this live stream game and get even more millions. I saw some game, I don't know if it's true, that Drake blew like $127 million in 1 month gambling. How long can you sustain that? Even if you bet $127 million in 1 year, how long can you sustain that? And it was mad losses behind it. It wasn't like, when you gamble, you go up and down, da-da-da. But at the end of the day, when they do the wins and losses, when the year's over, when the 365 days is over, you're going to have a loss. His loss was in the millions. How long do you think he can sustain that? So you're going to start doing stuff to get your money back, like suing your label. You're going to start doing live streams. You're going to start doing mad tours. You're going to be doing a European tour, Australian tour, all kind of shit because you want to gamble. You want to gamble from your phone. They don't give you free money to gamble, gang. They give you money to work, and you use your money to gamble. Okay? That's how it works. He's betting on all these fights, all these different things, and losing like from left to fucking right. He's betting on the dumbest of shit. Shit that should nobody be betting on. A $10 bet at best. He putting a meal on this shit. Like crazy, goofy shit. So it's like, how long you think that's going to last you sustain these losses? Now you're going to start doing shit. You're going to try to get the less amount of money. I think that's probably, let's just be honest. Right now you don't got the label support like you had. So now you just got the Nokia video, which didn't look label quality. I'm just going to be honest. That's why nobody's jacking it. People watched it. Yeah, of course, people watched it, but they didn't return. It ain't get the return that Luther got. It ain't get the return that these other Kendrick videos got. And there are a lot of artists under him whose songs have popped bigger than his. He's not the number one guy no more, gang. It ain't even close. There's a lot of, I can give you 10, 15 acts right now that are doing better, bigger numbers than him. They're going viral. They got TikTok dances with their stuff, right? It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. Some you have heard of, some you have not. But there are a lot of people doing numbers like him right now, right? Old and new, Tyler the Creator and a lot of other people. So it ain't like you're the only hog in the hen house right now. So right now, you're looking for new ways to do revenue, and this streaming is one. And what we're getting now is half-cock streams. They don't look realistic. You got fans running up this down the third, and they're talking about stream got sniped or some shit. I don't even know what that means. But at the end of the day, it's like a whole lot going on to generate generate some type of interest, engagement into these things, and it's not about the music no more. The music is secondary. He realized that the streaming is first. Now, right now, Casanado's making more than like 17 different, I would say 50, 60 rappers combined ain't making what Casanado's making. I'm just gonna be honest. So them streamers, they killing with anything the rap game used to do. Drake is realizing that. He's like, yo, I can go over there and get a bag and still put my music out at the same time. He's thinking ahead of the game. But to me, when we look at our rappers right now, we don't want them to be streamers. I'm just going to be honest. People like me and other people that rap, we are underground. So we doing a lot of shit. We getting a lot of stuff done. You're not an underground rapper. You're supposed to be one of the top 3 in the world when it comes to the numbers and the stats and the data. We don't want to see you on the stream. I don't want to see Kendrick Lamar on the stream. I don't want to see him streaming from his bedroom. I don't want to see that. Just gonna be honest. I want to just hear your music. And that's what it's looking like. You're losing the mystique. They're starting to see that you got all these different accents going on, all this kind of crazy stuff. And it's like all over the place. If it was me, I would find it tough to be a fan of his right now. I would just have to block out the noise. I'd be like, I'm not going to even watch that live stream. I don't want to see what's going on. I would just wait for the music because I don't want to see my idol I don't want that much access. Because a lot of stuff starts to look fake, starts to look contrived, it starts to look phony. Your awareness that the camera's there at all times is going to start to annoy me. And you're going to start concocting little skits and doing little shit to make the stream hot. You're going to start bringing in guys that we don't care about because you can't constrain it yourself. So it's going to be a whole thing where you're thinking of skits and all kind of shit now. I don't want my artists. I don't want Nas doing that. I don't want Jay doing that. Right? I don't want to see people that I want to just hear what they got to say. I don't want to see them streaming and trying to get their numbers up against other streamers, right? You're trying to hit up Playboy Max and we're gonna do a collab stream together. I don't want to see that shit, and that's where it's going. So that is where you can't focus, and we're getting these mediocre lines, right? What did I miss when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all, making sure wires were hit? Man, what did I miss? He's sending wires of money. It's all about the money I gave you, the watches I bought, and the times I got you lit, and when I did. But you don't understand, it's called quid pro quo, gang. You were doing it for them, and they were doing something for you. No one stays hot by themselves. Let me repeat that. No one stays hot. And I know a lot of people try to make it like, well, Drake put these dudes on. No, Drake saw what was coming up, what was hot, and you cipher off of that, okay? You may be the biggest thing in the world, but you siphon off that when you see us coming up. Oh, let me get a little bit of that swag. We all know the stories about all the songs that was stolen, all the ghostwriters, this, that, and the third. All of that contributes to you being hot. It ain't no one thing or two things. It's years of stuff that you got to siphon off this, you siphon off that. So you remain hot because you came at stuff that was hot. You didn't put Kendrick on your tour as no fucking favor. You put Kendrick on your tour because he was ice fire fucking hot. When I first heard of Kendrick Lamar, by the time I I heard him, but the time I really paid attention to Kendrick Lamar, they had announced a show in my city that he was doing at the biggest venue here. And they had to put another show the very next night because it sold out so fast. And this was around that time of that tour. It might have even been before. But at the end of the day, you knew that this dude was hot. You didn't save this motherfucker from poverty or nothing. He was already popping. But they love that story. Oh, he put Kendrick on his tour. How you going to be disloyal? They don't put no thought into the shit they say, gang. Because these are narratives that they make. I told you, every morning about 6:30, they have a conference call, probably 5:30, and they make the narratives. And that's one of the narratives that, yo, he's disloyal because he took you on your tour. He's the reason you got on. They still got a narrative now that he wouldn't have done the Super Bowl if it wasn't for Drake. It's always pay homage to this guy. But guess what? He used a lot of people's swag. He stole a lot of people's ideas. He jumped on a lot of remixes that were already popping. Just like when Jay-Z jumped on that Joe Budden remix, right? A lot of you people forget Jay-Z jumped on Joe Budden, Pump It Up. When Joe Budden Pump It Up you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing Pump It Up every day. Pump it up. Like that thing was hot as fish grease. And Jay-Z jumped on it. Guess who on the radio? Guess who voice? And that's what Joe Budden to this day is mad at Jay, because it phased out Joe's voice and it made you couldn't hear Joe's voice no more because Jay's voice was bigger and they started playing Jay. Well, that's what Drake did with Versace remix and a whole lot of other shit. Stuff that was already going already, he jumped on it and it's allegedly made it hotter. But at the end of the day, you use their sound to stay hot. So that's where we are. So it's not a thing where these people are just, here, you pay homage for the rest of your life. No. It was because you saw something coming down the pipeline and you jumped on it. So we're right back here with this. You was at my crib looking at hoes, word for word at all the shows. You always felt like this. What did I miss? Now he's trying to figure out. Now, why are you trying to? At some point, gang, it doesn't matter why they turned on you. It doesn't matter. At some point, it doesn't matter. It's just that they did. So if they ops, they ops. Stop trying to ask them, yo, what did I miss? What happened? Used to be my boy. You was in my crib. You're still sitting in the bathtub thinking about this shit, gang. You're still running bubble bath water, worrying about why these dudes ain't your friends no more. They just ain't. They moved on. They really never turned on you. You just got so mad that they went to the pop out and did this, that, and the third. You turned on them. Let's just be honest. None of them said a bad word. LeBron never said nothing bad about Drake, never. Westbrook never said nothing bad. DeRozan never said nothing bad. They just went to the fucking pop out. Now we in a weird place where you can't even go to another man's show. Now you mad at academics for going to the show. We ain't never like academics anyway. But academics done went to the damn Kendrick show. He done went to the show in Detroit, and now I'm sure there's no more fucking. You're not getting anything from me anymore. Which you ain't giving shit anyway. He's giving everything to Maul. But end of the day, he now it's probably even worse for academics to get in touch with him. He gonna get even less. All the stuff you've been hearing now, he been dropping it through everybody else. Academics ain't getting no exclusive no more. And guess when he got the last exclusive he got, it was bullshit. He got burnt. He told him a straight up fucking lie. The last exclusive he gave academics was a fucking lie. Remember when them damn DMs dropped? He hit up academics and made academics run out there. Yo, the boy says it's a lie. Da, da, da. This shit was 100% true. It's AI. They try to say it's AI. Oh yeah, it's AI scrolling back a whole fucking year. A whole fucking year. They got video of the thing scrolling back a year to when the battle first started. And then before the battle even started, they got the shit scrolling all the way back. But all of that's AI generated. Make it make sense. It was real. But he told academics it was a lie. And academics ran out there with a lie, got egg on his face. It looked dumb as fuck. Okay? So this is where we are with that. These guys not jacking no more. End of the day, I just want to say this because I know I said a lot, but I just want to be clear. It's not that I hate it. It's not that you guys can't like it. I want you guys to like it. I tell my brother-in-law all the time, if you like it, I love it. Go for it. I'm not playing some sexy songs for you in my house. But if you want to hear that, shoot. I told him in the last group chat, I said, you should just enjoy the music. Stop worrying about what K-Bot's going to do. Every time something drop, he send me the link. Yeah, just stay on that side. Always good. I guess that's the new insult. I guess we got to stay on our side. Stay on that side, right? That's where we at now with this. Okay, that's fine. I don't really... And it's hip-hop. We're supposed to be listening to everything. But that's fine. I'll stay on this side. I'll let that be trash because I'm not going to listen to it anyway. So I'll just go ahead and stay over here. Okay? I have no dog in the fight where it comes to how good or bad that is. I'll listen to it once. If it's good, I'll listen to it again. But it's usually not good. I'm just going to be honest. It's not on the level I want to hear. That's why we playing what we're playing. And that's why we're on this side over here. Because at the end of the day, if that's what you like, then go for it. If you like it, I love it. But I don't love it on my side because I'm not going to play it. I think that most of this stuff is weak, it's contrived, it has no heart, it doesn't have any real hip-hop value to it because he's not saying nothing but the same shit over and over, that I'm a martyr, you dudes did me dirty. Every single song, who wants to hear that all the time? It's either some chick did him dirty or some guy did him dirty. It's always somebody did him dirty. He never did nothing, never talks about no real shit. Did you take your son to the amusement park? Let's talk about that shit. Like, let's talk about some real shit. Right? Let's talk about some real shit. There's other shit going on in the world. Why you not talking about nothing that's going on in the world? Right? There's a lot of things going on in this world, gang. People losing their health care right now. The fucking measles is spreading all over the world, right? Kanye West is an asshole. It's bad shit you could be talking about. But no, we still talking about the pop-out. We're still talking about the battle. We're still talking about the lawsuit because that's what motherfuckers want to hear and that's what he wants to talk about. But nobody want to hear a full album of that shit. So if Iceman is about wham, 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 and they did this and they did that, I don't want to hear it. And a lot of people not going to hear that shit going to flop. And I know they're even stretching the parameters of a flop now, right? The sexy songs for you, it didn't get nowhere near what GNX did. Some sexy songs for you did not do the numbers, but they stretched the parameters and made that shit into a freaking absolute gold mine. By the time they moved the goalposts and shifted and bounced the narrative, well, he's independent. Well, he has no label support. He has no radio. By the time they did all that, they made it cool. When at the end of the day, Kendrick had way less than that before. I mean, he had way more than that before, and they made it like he just flopped and was double wood, right? Kendrick did 2-something. They was like, the midget failed, it's a flop. But Drake did 100,000 less than that, and it was like, well, dude, it's not really fully his album, So end of the day, it's double standards, and they move the goalposts all the time. That's why we get so irritated with them. They really difficult to deal with. Okay? But at the end of the day, the brutal honesty is this track ain't it. It's not going to move the needle in the hip-hop world. It may move the needle over there and OVO land and Drake land and where they stay in them bubbles and they talk to each other. Like you got to put a cup with a string on it. Oh, it's dope, ain't it? Yeah, it's dope. Like, They do that dumb shit over there. There's Narnia over there. But over here in the real world where everybody else is, this song is not going to hit. This record's not going to hit. This rollout's not going to work. It's too goofy. It's too self-contrived. It's just bad. It's cringe. It's hard to watch. The audio's bad. The video is bad. It keeps cutting in and out. It's difficult. You got to be a real fan to believe that this is a multi-million-dollar star that really put this nonsense out. I bet you some high school kids could have made a better video than this. It would have been way more lit. Just gonna be honest. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG, man. It is what it is. I hope I was a little bit honest. I just try to be honest, and I did try to be fair, but I can only be as fair as I can get when I'm dealing with something that I just didn't like. I didn't feel it. I don't think it's good. I think most of the stuff he's doing is bogus and it has no soul. It has no heart. So I can only give it but so much grace when I think it's garbage. Okay? And like I said, the second part of the beat when it switched, that was good, but what he was saying wasn't. So what do we do? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just sick of the nonsense, gang. It's going in circles. Like how many more years this nigga rapping about how niggas traded on him and how you can't trust nobody, how he's sad this castle. I'm tired of hearing that, man. CLBMG. Black-Yeti.com. Head over there, let them know who sent you. Got to put the dash in it. Black-Yeti got all new flavors. Every Wednesday night we go live, 9:15. Talking hip hop, talking about things that are going on in the world. Tune in. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Catch me on the flip side.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.